Hey friends, how's everyone doing? Thank you for taking the time to watch my video and for engaging in the comments. Your comments are important to me and I read each one and I try to respond. But today we will be sharing a FOIA that I received from Into the Weeds podcast. And this particular one hasn't been shared anywhere else yet. It covers Nick's DOC file up to the near end of 2024. Please feel free to pause and read as needed. There is not a whole lot of information for these particular sheets, but we can still go over them and show the exposure. But first, I would like to do an introduction about Into the Weeds podcast, Military Radio. Who is Into the Weeds? Well, the podcast contains a mother-daughter duo most of the time. Amber, the mother, she is a disabled veteran who got hurt in the Army. Her daughter, Laura, joins in on the podcast much of the time and supports her mother's feelings about why she started the podcast. She started the podcast with Military Broadcast Radio just last year and does it for cognitive therapy, in pursuit of trying to get her mind working again after 6.5 years in bed due to chronic migraines, which is from an injury she sustained while in service. Into the Weeds has been so gracious to hand out the more recent FOIAs that are circulating and being covered in regard to Gypsy Rose and Nicholas Godejohn and what took place the night that Dee Dee was unalived. Recently, I learned that there are 2 sets of FOIAs still waiting to be paid for and posted. The quoted cost is what triggered the idea that we should set up a fund and try to raise the money for the FOIAs, due to the cost and time it would take to receive them. The FOIA was quoted at $600 for the first round and $700 for the next round. Amber has already put in quite a bit of her own money into these requests, and they are ready for her to receive once payment is submitted. She has already put down a $100 deposit on these. These documents are ready. If you are wanting to or willing to donate to the next round of FOIAs, we are currently at a collection of $133 in donations. That leaves us around $467 still needed. The Cash App, which this donation can be made to, is Weeds79. The Cash App will remain on this video as we move through it and will also be in the description box. If you are unable to donate to the FOIA, please consider sharing this video out for us. I appreciate you all. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to share a FOIA release of Nick Godejohn's DOC file. While this file does not hold any direct relevance to the case, the goal is to provide transparency and make these FOIAs accessible to the public as they're being released. As we go through the documents, there might be some quiet moments. One notable detail is the frequent call requests from Nick's attorneys to arrange private calls. This highlights the proactive efforts of his new legal team that Nick applied for post-sentencing. The asset sheet reveals Nick declared he has no money or prospects of earning any. There's a bill from Greene County Jail showing a staggering $29,000 debt. This is his jail bill, and it's a heavy burden for Nick to bear.
Why did you agree to do this interview with us?
The reason I've agreed to do this interview was because when I noticed that my ex-co-defendant, Gypsy Blanchard, got a lot of attention, as she did, and she just kept on getting more and more attention. I felt that it's been tipped in one side of a scale to where I really wasn't getting much coverage. I wasn't being able to actually be able to voice my opinion. I wasn't able to let everyone know what I truly feel. I just know that she knows. She knows that I've taken the responsibility for mine already. I still have feelings for her. Of course, I will always have feelings for her, but every human being needs to grow and learn from their mistakes, and I feel that's where me and her both are right now. We're learning from this mistake that we've both made. I mean, the way she was raised, no woman should ever, no child for that matter, should ever have to be raised that way. I did feel that she was not taking responsibility for her actions, but at the same time, due to the way I know she was raised, I can't blame her. I can't. That, and along with my religion, with being a Christian, I know I'm not supposed to judge, so I'm not going to judge. It's just not part of who I am. I just won't do it.
What do you want people to know about you and your story, Nicholas?
The parts of my story that would be the main parts that would matter. Basically, have it as a life lesson, basically. Tell them, you know, I've been doing this stuff because you never know what it could lead to, and basically be an example of a role model if I could. Because, I mean, due to all the publicity Gypsy's getting, and she's getting me that publicity too, I feel like I have a responsibility. I feel like I have to be somewhat of a role model. And because of that, that's part of the reason why I feel like I have something to basically owe up to, basically. I mean, I do have restitution to pay to the society, which of course I'll be happy to do. At the same time, I want to basically let everyone know that I'm not just this cold killer that doesn't have any feelings or anything else like that. I'm a human being. And as they say, human beings make mistakes.
This final document is a medical evaluation approval, confirming Nick's good health and his transfer into general population. That's all for now, folks. If you'd like to take a closer look, I've uploaded the FOIA to a public drive. Check the description box for the link. Also, don't forget to support Into the Weeds podcast by subscribing. Their link is in the description as well. Thank you for tuning in and have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, my friends.